Today, my friends at Toulon Golf are entering the zero torque space with their brand new Formula Series putters. Yes, putters, plural, because there's actually 3 new putters in the Formula Series, and the lineup is aimed at helping golfers gain the benefits of a significant reduction in torque, or zero torque with the Formula 90, while also being a bit more thoughtful about the realities of what actually happens with a putter in the hands of a player. So the Formula Series is inspired by the Miami shape of the 25 collection that I've got here, but it takes this multi-material design and it reimagines it by adding MOI and then actually expanding on the toe hang spectrum while providing players with 3 different options to help significantly reduce the effects of torque or free themselves of torque through the 3 highest MOI offerings that Toulon has ever created. So typically, like with this H1 neck Miami here, putters are going to have some amount of toe hang or toe drop, and the varying levels of this toe hang are meant to adapt to varying levels of stroke arc. It's always been like that, but for the most part, that arc has always stopped at 0 degrees with something like the Miami double bend, which is face balanced. But because they are still heel shafted properties, these putters are going to have a higher acceptable level of torque, you could say. And this is where the concept of zero torque comes from in the first place, trying to remove any forced movement or rotation out of the putter itself. By moving the shaft axis into the CG of the putter head, like here on this Toulon Formula 90, the putter becomes free of torque, which actually means that when you go to toe hang test it, however you set it, it's going to stay in that configuration, which is kind of fun. And although these are commonly accepted to have a toe up property configuration, aka 90 up, the other fun thing about this is you can just roll it in your hands super effortlessly like this, and rather than fighting any movement heel to toe with any mass properties, it's just going to continue to roll back and forth with no effort, which is it's just kind of something fun to do like that. Now, zero torque is not for everybody. The Formula 90 may not be for everybody, and I actually fall into this boat myself. I find that zero torque putters can be a little bit hard to aim because of the visual of the shaft going into the center, but I also tend to pull the ball quite a bit with any zero torque offering. It's just not something that's super confidence inspiring for me, but that's where the other 2 Formula Series putters come in handy. The 45 was built with players like me in mind. We've been putting our entire lives with something that requires input arc, and it's really hard to completely get rid of that in the putting stroke, especially for players who feel like they're good putters and they already have control over their current flat stick. The 45 allows players to get all of the benefits of that super low torque design, as well as the higher MOI value of the Formula Series, while still giving yourself a little bit of wiggle room to have some arc in the putting stroke with that 45-degree up configuration. And then the new CS then takes it one step further and helps to bridge the gap between something like the 45 and the double bend Miami, which is obviously a face balanced option. So for players that may have a straighter stroke path and like the visual of the CS over something like the double bend Miami can actually help bring their start lines back to the middle for players that are using the double bend that might be missing to the push side. Again, just bridging the options for players who want all of the benefits of a significant reduction in torque, but maybe going full tilt into the zero torque Formula 90 just doesn't work for their game. I think the new Formula lineup is fantastic. The couple things that I haven't talked about yet are the 3 alignment aids on top that really frame the golf ball well. They make it easy to aim any of these new putters. And then also the face milling. They've brought back the deep diamond face mill that has won a couple majors. I think within the industry, it's widely regarded as Toulon's best face milling pattern ever. And that face milling pattern also won back-to-back member guests at my home club, but you know, just saying, okay. I think Formula is a perfect look into the minds over at Toulon Golf, not rushing into a trend for the sake of just having something to offer, but taking a step back and time away from the trend to strategically figure out if what they could offer was actually beneficial to the golfer, and all while making sure that they stick with the Toulon ethos of beautiful design and amazing feel. That's Toulon Golf, and this is the new Formula Series.